I'm currently up around $5,000 in some trades that I have shared in my free Telegram channel. The first link in the description, I'll put in the pinned comment right here. It's where I share my trades and analysis. And I'm going to show you some of these trades I'm in right now because they were extremely simple. Let's go to the first one, okay? It's USD JPY. Now, why did I get into this trade? Two very simple reasons. Number one, price went up, made a new high. Generally, after price makes a new high, you generally see it fall a little bit, right? It's not complicated. It's not rocket science. It's not smart money, liquidity, order block, fair value, silver bullet, gap distribution, liquidity, bank manipulation, entry, Wagyu beef, candlestick strategy. It's nothing insane. It's just the price went up, made a high, and I'm just like, yeah, it might go down, make a, maybe a higher low down here or something. I don't know. I've been trading almost a decade. I've made millions of dollars in Forex, crypto, and stocks. And I literally barely do anything. I just, it went up. Maybe it'll pull back downwards now. It's a lot of experience and intuition. So the fact that it started to go down told me that, okay, yeah, let's try to see if we can get short, right? Let's try to see if we can just sell, thinking that it might go down. So I sold yesterday right in here. Why did I sell right in there? Well, a couple of reasons, right? Number one, I already thought it was going to go down to begin with. It also was starting to build this little support level here. So I thought it was going to maybe like break down and go lower. So it had pulled back. These were all a couple lower highs coming in. I don't trade off trend lines, but when it's making lower highs, it's kind of hard to ignore it. It's kind of like saying if a Mack truck is barreling down the road and you're standing in the middle of the highway, it's kind of hard to ignore that. You might get hit, might get killed in a drive-by, in a hit and run on the street with the truck running you over, right? So obviously I'm not going to be buying here if I think that, it looks like it's going down for now. So I sold, that went down here, came back up. Stopped me out just above the high right here where my stop loss was, and it reversed, so I just simply re-entered. So I re-entered last night. I posted this analysis in the Telegram channel. If you're not in here, I've been running this channel for like, my God, how long has it been? It's been 7 years, I think. I share my trades in here. I show the analysis. I show the before and afters. I show the recaps. I show the pre-market outlooks. I just everything. I'll post all my analysis in here. I'll do little updates and stuff like that. It's a really good place to just follow my trades. So with that said, I re-entered short, and then now this has started to run. Once it started to break this zone and go lower, I just moved the stop to break even, and now we're just seeing how far it goes, right? I don't know. At one point, it was up to $6,000 of total profit, but USD JPY right there, you can see that's the sell. So that's that. So GBP USD is the next trade. Now you may be wondering, like, Nick, why did you buy GBP USD? Well, a couple of reasons. Number one, price has gone up, and I think it's going to go all the way to the previous highs, right? Generally, what price does is it goes to resistance zones and then bounces away at resistance, and generally it comes down here to support zones, and it bounces as support and bounces away, right? Simple concept of support and resistance. It bounces down, bounces up, bounces down. I thought it was going to continue up to the next resistance zone. Okay, I thought it was going up. So when I looked at this morning, I saw the momentum, the trend, the steam, the bullish drive, the Wagyu beef order block, liquidity, institutional liquidity, bank manipulation, retail stop hunt. The candles going up made me think that, okay, maybe it's just going to go up. So it was going up. I thought it would continue up to this resistance zone, so I got long. Now, where did I get long? I got long here, lower time frames. I used everything in context, right? Daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 5 minute, 15 minute, everything. I just put it all together and I asked myself, which way do I think it's going to go? So I saw price was bouncing here at support, so I got long as it was starting to go up here. Did it come into this zone? I got long somewhere in here. Let's go see the exact thing. I called this in my Discord group right here. I call the exact trades in my Discord group. So let's see where it was. So right here. So yeah, like right there in the middle, this is 15 minute. So what, 1.3387 or something like that? 1.3387, yeah. So like right around there. My stop loss was just below the zone. And it tried a couple times to go up, didn't break past the highs, started to go back down. So I ended up closing this about halfway to the stop loss right here. It was a small loss. You can see where I closed it right here. I called it closure as it started to go sideways, right? So I entered in here, started to go sideways. Then we had a pullback down here. I just thought, all right, well, it's not going up. Maybe the trend might be fizzling out by right now. Maybe a little bit of that steam, from the institutions and the market makers stopping out the retail traders. I'm just kidding. I don't believe any of that bullshit. But, maybe I was like, maybe the steam's wearing off. Maybe it might be about to go down. So I ended up just closing the trade there. Okay. Then it ended up actually going down after that. So it would have hit the stop loss anyway, but I took a partial loss on that. That's GBP USD. And the final one is AUD USD, which I currently still remain in. It's in a good amount of profit right now. Let's go have a gander at that one. Looks like it's going into more profit. So I saw this morning. Now, as usual, I do the daily, the 4 hour. We're coming down here to the 1 hour. We can see price was finding support here. Some people will call this a break and retest. Some people will just call it a bounce of support. Some people will call it the institutional order block. Some people will say it's all sorts of schizophrenic things. They'll be like, you see, the market makers tried to fake out the retail traders and come back and forth and do this and that. I don't know. It looked to me like it was bouncing at support. So the daily, the 4 hour came into play. This was the 1 hour. I went down to the 15 minute. I saw that we were having a little move, a run away from the zone. So I thought, okay, I think this will at least probably go back to the high. But honestly, like given the context, I think that it's probably going to break the high. Maybe go and do something like this, right? Just make it like a higher high and then pull back. It is really not too complicated. Price goes up and price goes down. In an uptrend, it kind of zigzags up and down. In a downtrend, it kind of zigzags up and down, going down overall. It's just basic, like people call it market structure, right? It's like, you know, where are the highs and lows in relation to each other? If there's higher highs and higher lows, you're in an uptrend. If it's lower lows and lower highs, you're in a downtrend. You know, whatever labels you want to slap on, all right? If price looks like it's going up, it's probably a genius idea to maybe look for buys. I don't know. But then again, every time frame is going to be different. You just need some experience to help you kind of conceptualize things and get trades. That was the 15 minute was going up. On the 5 minute here, price was finding some support. It was going up. So I ended up buying as price was doing this. I think it was right there on this candle right there. That's where I bought. So I bought right there. Stop loss below this zone. Now so far this has gone up. And let's actually go see the exact trade I called in Nick's trades. You can see what time I called it and everything. Let's see. So I bought GBP USD. That was the GU. Here's this other one. I am long on AUD USD. 1% risk and the stop loss shown below. This is my account right here. This is one of my accounts that I trade on. 1% risk is like a little under $1,000 on this account right now. Sometimes I'll get trades that'll run to like 5 to 10% profit. You know, and if they stop out, maximum it's a 1% loss, right? Sometimes it's 0.5%, like today with GU. But in other cases, it just hits the stop and it's 1%. So that's what it looked like when I called it. AUD USD, you can see in the H1, that's where I bought. That's where the stop loss was. Every single little detail is shared in here. So it had started to go up. At one point, I had moved the stop. Actually, no, I haven't moved the stop to break even for AU yet. But I said if she keeps pushing, I will be moving the stop to break even this morning around 8 a.m. And we're currently at 11 a.m. right now. So this was a little over 3 hours ago. So that started going up, but that was the initial trade, right? Which is what it looked like this morning. And right now, things are probably closer to maybe like, I don't know, $6,000 a profit, $5,000 to $6,000 a profit. So AUD USD is still running up. So at some point soon, I'm going to be moving the stop to break even. I still don't think it's a great idea to do it now. I like to give it some room to kind of let it play out. Plus, it's only 1% risk. Whether or not it's break even or a 1% loss is very, I don't know, it's very irrelevant and insignificant in the grand scheme of things. That's the cool part about having a system like this is it just allows you to never really be worried about whether you win or lose. You don't know which trades are going to win. You don't know what's going to lose. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. You're not really too concerned about exactly what happens. You're just happy to kind of like take whatever opportunities you can get as long as you're keeping it ridiculously simple because there's so many contributing complex factors that are going to impact the price movement. It's better to literally just bury your head in the sand and get some simple analysis like, I think it's going to go up, so I'll buy, and then I'll put my stop loss here. And if it stops out, cool. If it goes up and I profit, cool, right? You have to be kind of delusionally confident and kind of like nihilistic about it. Some people would call it stoic and just kind of let the outcomes play out. I've learned that after a decade of trading. There's days where I lose 20 grand in a day. There's days where I make like 50 grand in a day, right? I don't give a shit either way. Like I lose money, I make money. It's kind of like whatever. I'm still going to come here in my kitchen and make my scrambled eggs and just go to the gym and work out and go to the grocery store, drive my car. Like, I don't know. I've got to the point where I just really don't give a shit anymore. And if you get enough experience doing this, maybe you'll get to that point as well where you just stop giving a shit. You lose $100 or you make $100. You lose $10,000 or you make $10,000. It stops becoming a huge deal. That's where I'm at right now in my trading journey. And, you know, I can only teach you what's worked for me. And that's what seems to have worked for me is to just not really give too much of a shit as to whether or not a trade wins or loses. So that's AUD USD. I'll be holding this if it comes back and stops me out, or if I move my stop to break even right here at my position and then I get stopped at break even, fine. But for now, I'm holding. Looks good so far. USD JPY is looking like she's going to be twisting back around now. She was even more profit down here. Now she's pulled back just a little bit, but I still think this is going to go down. Where am I going to be closing USD JPY? I really don't know. We could see price pause around here at these lows. Why? Because of the support zone. That's the whole reason. It's literally just a place where prices had a nice bounce before. Okay, now you notice I'm not going to be drawing any creepy, shady, like scary, horror movie zones like this, right, where it's like back and forth, whipping through the zone over and over. But I'm not against drawing a zone like that, where it's like, okay, price is coming to that area. It's bounced the support a couple times. It broke back below, came back above, bounced the support. Stuff like this is a little bit more clear, right? And then I generally just use what's most recent because that's going to be my reference point. For some reason, I just find it works better if you just look at what's more recent, right? I'm not going to be going way back here into no man's land and being like, oh, in October of 2024, there was the low right there. Price might bounce here at 142, right? I don't know. I'm just going to use what's most recent. For some reason, that seems to work fine for me. You do whatever the hell you want. If you're using zones like on the decadely chart from like the 1920s, if you just really like that, that is perfectly fine. There's not a problem with that, my esteemed gentleman. I have zero issue with you, and I grant you the honor of assuming that you really know what you're doing if you're looking at zones from 100 years ago. Me personally, like looking at the zone from like last week seems to just work better. I don't know. So that's the zone right there. Now, I personally think price might go past this zone and come down to here. I'll be looking to probably take profit down there. And if it looks like it's going to continue crashing through the zone, we could have this continue this crazy hellish downtrend that we've been in for the past few months. And if it just gets to that low down there, I make 10 grand, right? That's the total profit. I mean, with where it's at right now, like where the hell is it at right now? 3,000, it was more, it's like 4,000. Yeah, it's like $4,000 profit at 142.40. I mean, if we come all the way down here, right, that'll be at least like $12,000 profit. If we break that area and go make a new low down here, I can make 15 to 20 grand on this, right? And the initial risk was like $800. I don't know what else to say. It's a system that continues to be making money. So with that being said, I'm only in those trades right now. You can see that's all the trades I'm in. I'm in AU, GU, USD JPY. That's it. We're going to see where these goes. If you're not on my Telegram channel, there's 62,000 members in here right now. You should join it. I've been running it since summer of 2018. I share all my trades and analysis in there. I think you'd really enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it, you think I'm an idiot, you think I'm full of shit, it's fine. I get it. Like, I've been called many things throughout the year. I've been called a bald maniac. I think one time someone even called me a Jew, trying to insult me. But at the end of the day, I'm just a dude who's been trading for almost a decade, just sharing what I know. So you should join the Telegram channel, and see if my trading style resonates with you. And then you can join the Discord group if you want to ask me any questions or things like that. Follow my exact trades, everything like that. And I will see you in the next video, my friend. Hope you have a good rest of the day.